All right, if you've been following, you already know that's the part we're not going to act confused about anymore. You know you're capable of more. You know you've been equipped for more. You know that what you've been feeling is not random. So let me ask you, what are you going to do about it? If you're tired of juggling work, family, big business dreams, but long for the focus and courage to finally step out in obedience, you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Lanisha, life coach and kingdom entrepreneur. I know what it takes to demolish fear and rise in bold identity while building a business that glorifies God and leaves a harvest that outlives you. Are you ready to dive in? Grab your journal and cup of joe because we're going straight from the secret place into strategy. It's time to build boldly. Before we go any further, if you've been listening to this series and something in you has been stirring, you need to be in the room this week, April 22nd at 11:30 a.m. EST, the RN to CEO Shift Workshop. You can sign up at rnskills.theconsecratedceo.com because this is where you're going to stop thinking about it and actually moving. And if you can't make it live, that is okay. I will send the replay, but you have to be registered. Be sure to share it with a friend. All right, so here's the truth. Revelation requires response. In Luke 12, verse 48, it says, "Everyone to whom much was given, of him much will be required." And some of you, you've been given a lot. You've seen too much. You've felt too much. You've been shown too much to stay where you are. Now, if you haven't heard episodes 32 through 34 leading up to this, I encourage you to go back because it is chronological and it's going to lead to where we are today in this episode. I want to share just a quick story. I remember the moment that I realized I couldn't stay the same. Like, nothing around me had changed yet. Same job, same environment, same responsibilities, but internally something had shifted. I saw it. I saw that I had more in me. I saw that what I was doing could translate. I saw that I was no longer limited to where I was. And once I saw it, I couldn't go back. Like, you cannot unsee what you've been shown. And I knew I had a choice. It was either stay where it was comfortable or move into what was unfamiliar. And that's where a lot of you are right now. Let me make this very, very plain just to kind of just make it easier to understand, because this is where some of you get stuck. Like, you're not resisting the call, okay? You're not, I don't want to say that you're walking in disobedience, okay? It's just that you don't know what it looks like outside of the hospital, so I want to show you. There are nurses right now who have taken what they were doing every day and they built something with it. Not by becoming anyone else, but by recognizing what they already carried. And so some of you, I know you've seen nurse coaches all over the place. The way that you walk patients through fear and procedures and uncertainty, all of that translates into coaching and guiding people through life transitions and helping them move from confusion to clarity, walking with them step by step. That is not new. That's what you've been doing, just on a smaller scale. And I'm going to touch on some of this again for a recap for some of you. The way that you teach, the way that you explain and you break things down, that becomes the courses, the programs, spaces where people come to learn and grow. You already know how to take the complex things and make them make sense. Like, make it make sense. Why is that a saying? Make it make sense. What's your passion? What do people come to you for? What can you roll out of the bed and do, like, without opening your eyes? Some of you, this discernment that you've developed, the way that you can feel what's off, the way that you pick up what's not being said, that becomes powerful when you're helping people identify their root issues. It's not a surface level change. This is a true transformation inside and out. And listen, friend, this doesn't require you to have everything figured out. It does require you, though, to start seeing what's already in your hands. Exodus 4 verse 2 says, "The Lord said to him, 'What's that in your hand?' He said, 'A staff.'" Moses was looking for something more, but God pointed him back to what he already had. And that's what this is. You're looking for something new, and God is saying, what did I already place in you? I want to tell you that you're not stuck. You are hesitating, though, because if you were truly stuck, then you wouldn't be listening to this. You wouldn't feel the tension. You wouldn't feel the pull. You are aware, and awareness removes the excuse. Some of you are waiting until you feel ready, but readiness is not a requirement for obedience and for you to step into it. In Proverbs 3, verses 5 through 6, this is one of my favorites. "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths." Clarity comes as you move, not before. Some of you are waiting for this confidence, but confidence is built through action, not before it. You have to step out of your comfort zone. And some of you are waiting for confirmation, but you've already received it through this podcast, through what you've experienced, through what you've been sensing. At some point, you stop asking God if you should move and you start asking him how. So here's where we are. You have two options. You can close this episode and just go back to what's familiar, or you can decide that what God has been showing you actually matters, that it's worth exploring, that you are worth giving this a shot, that it's worth moving on, and that you're not going to just keep sitting on something that was meant to be built. If you're ready to move, I'll meet you in the room, April 22nd, 11:30 AM EST. Register at rnskills.theconsecratedceo.com. This is where we take everything you've been hearing and turn it into something real. And if you've been saying, I just need clarity, this is where you're going to get it. You already know. So the question isn't whether you're called. The question is, will you move? Until next time, build with the King. Hey, Kingdom friend, I pray today's episode stirred something in your spirit. If it did, would you take a few seconds to share it with a few women who you know this would resonate with? And if you haven't yet, I would be honored if you could leave a quick review. It helps this message reach more women who are ready to rise. All right, time to strap myself down and laser focus on all the things. No squirrel zone. I'll meet you back here next week for another episode. Until then, keep building boldly.